late.
Hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Good evening. It is a lovely evening in Pune. The weather is wonderful. So, welcome to the 497th meeting of Toastmaster Club of Pune-West. The theme of today's meeting is passion. I shall state the club's mission statement now. So every club in Toastmasters have a statement and a purpose, what they have to do. So we provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to communicate leadership, to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in better self-condition and personal growth. So in order to have a peace, this is a club statement. In order to have a peaceful meeting in this online platform, we have some rules of online Zoom meeting. First rule is if you're not the speaker, you should keep yourself on mute. Second rule, if you are having a distraction or you are going at something else and something else is going on in the background, please switch off your video. Third rule, at least most of the time and 70% of the time, keep your video on so the speaker is feeling encouraged and he feels like everyone is listening and he can gauge their reactions peacefully. So let us now have a round of introduction of the guest. So I will give 1 minute to each guest to introduce themselves and they can speak 2 or 3 lines about themselves. So guest Daniel Shams, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, myself Daniel Sams. I am from Darjeeling district. I am currently a third year MBBS student. So I have joined Toastmaster Club so that I can improve my speaking skill and leadership quality.
Okay, so you joined Toastmasters?
Yes.
Okay.
I joined. No, I'm just a guest.
Okay, sure. I understood. Hope you learn a lot and hope you soon join Toastmasters. Guest Muskan, you can introduce yourself next.
Hello, good evening to everyone. This is Muskan Rajendra Hadge from Pune. I've joined the Toastmaster to build a new skill, that is communication and leadership, and to groom myself well. Thank you.
That was lovely introduction. Thank you. TM Uma, visiting TM Uma.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I'm Toastmaster Uma Natraj from Speak Magic Club, Chennai. It's only 1 month since I have joined Toastmasters. I've completed my level 1 recently. I'm a public speaker and also want to share my knowledge and also learn from Toastmasters. My passion is teaching. So happy session, and I'm sure I'll be learning something here too. Thank you.
I hope you enjoy our session as well as you enjoy other sessions in your home club. Visiting TM Jay Prakash.
Hello all, this is Toastmaster Jai Prakash. I currently am working with TCS and I'm part of TCS Maitri Toastmasters Club Pune. I have joined the fraternity 3 months ago. I enjoy public speaking and I passed out last year from my college, and the thing was that I was missing being on a dais, on a stage and going and performing. That is the reason why I chose Toastmasters as a platform to develop my skills and public speaking in general. Currently, I'm visiting this club because I wanted to get different insights of different clubs. Every club has a way of operating and dealing with this. So I wanted to learn new methods and new techniques of speaking. So I joined this club. Thank you for having me here, and best of luck to all the speakers and role players.
Thank you. So I am TM Kishan Mahajan. I'll be Toastmaster of the Sergeant at Arms and Language Evaluator today. I am currently an first year MBA student and have also just joined the Toastmaster Club. It has been my first month. So that was a lovely session of introduction. Let's applaud and clap for ourselves. I forgot to say one thing. After each, at the start and the ending of each speaker or role player, you can clap to show appreciation, and so the speakers are feeling motivated. So it's time to invite today's host, he is Siddhant Apte. He's just completed BBA and is waiting to go into university. He loves to ride bicycle and have fun. So let's introduce him and welcome TM Siddhant Apte onto the stage. TM Apte.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kishan. Can we please have a huge round of applause for Toastmaster Kishan? It was a wonderful start to the meeting, and congratulations on completing your first month at Toastmasters, and we're looking forward to seeing more of you. Before we begin, can I just have all the role players introductions? I will give you a minute for that. Just put in your name, your title for the day, and just a brief introduction about yourself. A brief introduction. And till then, can we please have all the video cameras on, as many as we can at least?
So just to get it clarified, all the role players need to send their introductions in the chat box.
Yeah. Just your name, your title for the day, and a small introduction about yourself.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's begin. I think I have all the ones that I need, and thank you so much for that. Thank you for taking out the time. Just a brief introduction about the person who actually started the meeting. His name is Kishan Mahajan, and he is currently in his first year of MBA. He loves to watch TV shows, movies, and he loves trekking. I think him and Mansi will get along very well because Mansi and Tanvi, both the sisters, they love trekking. So I feel you will get along very well with them. Okay. What is something that you love? Anyone?
Can I try Toastmaster Siddhant?
Yeah, just one word. What is something that you love?
Attending Toastmasters meetings.
That's great. That's a good answer. For a very long, sorry.
Food.
Yeah, true. I love food too. For a very long time, I struggled with a lot of things. Friends, teachers, inner demons, and these are just to name a few. I was a very weird kid growing up. I was really thin, and I was at least 1.5 feet shorter than I currently am. And people weren't the nicest, and sometimes that can suck. If this was you, you know what I'm talking about. Because of all of these things, I never really focused on myself. I always viewed myself through what other people saw me. And that is extremely, extremely wrong. Everyone over here has gone through something of their own. Everyone has their own demons. And if it were up to me, I would sit with all of you and get to know you. I would understand the kind of people you are, and I would actually make an effort to know who you are. On that note, let's meet our role players for the day. The first role player for the day is the R counter. The R counter is being played by Yash Rane, and he is a technology enthusiast and he loves to read books. R counter, could you please explain your role?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Siddhant. My name is Yash Rane, and I'm playing the role of our counter today. Under this role, my job is to observe every speaker today and help him or her in evaluating the filler words. The filler words could be anything like elongated stress on words like to and repeated usage of words. So my job is that throughout the session, I'm gonna observe every speaker and make a note of all the filler words that we'll be using. At the end of the session, I'm gonna represent my report. Over to you, Toastmaster Siddhant.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yash. The next role player for the day is Toastmaster Indrajit, who will be playing the role of the timer. He is someone who loves watching sports, and I would love for him to actually explain what his role is. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Siddhant, and good evening, everyone. Today, as the timer, I'll be keeping a tab on the duration for which every speaker who comes on the stage speaks. And for that, I'll be using a website known as timer.calibgrow, and you'll be seeing three cards. So I'll share my screen to show you this lovely website. Just a second. Are you seeing the website? No.
Yes.
Great, nice. So you see this lovely website, and when the speaker starts speaking, then I'll start this website, the start button. I'll click on the start button, and when the speaker reaches the minimum duration he has to speak for, the website will show a green card. When the speaker has reached the qualifying time, the yellow card is shown, and when the speaker reaches the end of his speech, that is the end of his time, sorry, the red card will be shown. And after the red card is shown, the screen will start blinking after 30 seconds, which indicates that the speaker is not eligible for whatever for the voting for whatever role he or she has been playing. So that is my role for today, and I wish all the speakers all the best, and I hope you stay within time. Over to you, Toastmaster Siddhant.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Indrajit. The next person who we have is big props to him because he took the role on last minute. His name is Toastmaster Kishan Mahajan, as we met him earlier. And Toastmaster Kishan, could you please explain your role of the language evaluator?
Sure, thank you. So a language while speaking, language is very important. If you speak using long languages, you will convey the wrong meaning, and we don't want that, correct? So as grammarian, it will be my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers and note down all the mistakes they are using, and I'll also note down the great usage if they are using any words or something. Mm. So as a grammarian, it is my duty to introduce word of the day and for today's meeting. So today's word of the day is fervor. It means intense and passionate feeling, like it is related to our today's role. And speak, it means now it is a noun, and I'll use an example to explain it because it is a difficult word. So on her first day at work, she approached her task with favor and enthusiasm. As you can see, it shows how passionate she is about her task. In this, I'll use one more example. His emotional melodies brought his listeners to tears and stirred their musical flavor. So, would anyone else like to try this word?
Can I?
Sure.
Children's ambition fervors led them to leave school and become a Toastmaster.
Correct. Would anyone else like to try?
My fervor towards public speaking has brought me to Toastmasters.
Yes, correct. Great usage, both of you. Thanks. So for today's idiom of the day is full of beans. It means full of energy and life. So example, when you were young and all child, we are full of beans. Like the children, they roam around the house and have a lot of energy. I'll use one more sentence. When I was finally undertook my passion project, I was full of beans. So I hope you understood it. Would anyone like to try?
Can I try?
Go ahead.
Okay, it's Toastmaster Swapnil here. I will be full of beans when hybrid meetings of Toastmasters will officially adjourn. And I'm forward to know when it is going to happen.
Sure, us two words. Lovely use. Would anyone else like to try?
Yeah,
Sure. Utkarsh.
After doing integration and derivatives, you are full of beans.
Correct. I actually don't feel that way, but okay. So I encourage everyone to use the idiom of the day and the word of the day as frequently as they can, and then use in their speeches and everywhere. I'll put the word of the day in the chat so you can see and refer to them if you want in the future. Back to you, Sir Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kishan. And if anybody actually does use the idiom of the day or the word of the day, please make sure to give them a big thumbs up, either if your camera is on screen or by with the little emojis at the bottom of the screen. Moving on, there will be someone else who will be looking at the in general demeanor of the meeting. They will be understanding what is going on, and they will give us a report at the end of the day. They are the general evaluator, and the general evaluator for the day is Aishwarya Bhuri. Now, you must be, oh wait, no. Can we please have the president's opening address? Can I please welcome Toastmaster Atharva?
Hi, Siddhant. Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Yeah. So, good evening, everyone. I hope you are excited for today's meeting. Today, we have around 18 people attending this meeting. I see a couple of guests too. For the benefit of guests, let me introduce what Toastmasters is. So, it is basically an international organization which provides a platform for public speaking. All of the role players today are practicing the role public speaking by taking some roles or giving speeches or taking evaluations. We as a club meet every Wednesday from 7 to 9 and nurture our passion for public speaking. So what we have all the members in common is the passion for public speaking, with the passion to learn leadership skills as far as we can learn in Toastmasters community, to serve our clubs, our like if you are in higher if you are having any higher positions in Toastmasters, so your respective areas or divisions. By this we try to learn and help others as well, help others learn as well. So if you have any doubts, the people who are attending as guests or visiting Toastmasters, you can contact Toastmaster Tanvi, Toastmaster Mansi. She's here by the name Toastmasters Pune. So she will give her contact details in the chat. So after the meeting, if you still have any questions regarding Toastmasters, you can contact her. I just have two announcements. With every meeting, we are inching towards our milestone meeting. The 500th milestone meeting is like a kind of a celebratory meeting that we have. This is called a milestone meeting. We celebrate the success of the clubs in the milestone meetings such as 100, 200, and so on. So it is going to be a huge event. I just wanted to give an heads up for that. Book your calendar schedules if possible, because we'll be coming up with exciting events for you to enjoy. So yeah, book your calendars for that. Also, we have another grand event coming, which will be conducted by Toastmasters Swapnil. It is like a stand-up fest with I guess 6 or 7 participants participating, and yeah, get ready for that too. He will share, Toastmaster Swapnil will share uh, the agenda and whatever the required material is, and if he needs help, be ready, like be there to support him in any way possible, because it is our own member trying to conduct a huge event, and it is a huge task for him, and to find any supporting roles you can to support him if he needs. And let's all be present for the event to support Toastmaster Swapnil. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Atharva. was a wonderful address. And for anyone wondering if you want to know more about the details of Toastmasters Swapnil's event, it is the link to the Instagram post is in the chat. So please feel free to look around and see if you're interested in something like that. And if you are, please do show up. The more, the merrier. And with that, I would just like to explain the agenda for today. The agenda for today will be for the first thing will be the prepared speeches. We have three prepared speeches today, followed by around a 2 minute break, which will be followed by the table topic session, and then the evaluations for the speeches, and then the meeting overall, respectively. That was the agenda for today. And you may be wondering, why did I say all of those things, very deep things, and just leave it hanging over there? Well, because after a lot of thinking and a lot of introspection, I realized that my passion was people, understanding people, getting to know people, and just having meaningful conversations with people that don't involve talking about another person. It's about talking about yourself and really digging deep and getting to know the person. That is what my passion is. It has been for a very long time. It just took a very long time to actually understand it, and it just took a very long time to actually understand it, and I'm really glad that I have even right now. Now I have a question for all of you. What, in your opinion, is passion? Because we have around 19 people and we can have 19 different answers. I have something in my mind and I would love to hear what you guys think too. So if anybody is interested, please unmute yourself and speak up.
Motivation. Passion is the motivation to do a particular thing.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? It's okay, just unmute yourself and just go keep the ball rolling.
Passion is something that you love, that you really enjoy and won't get tired doing.
Your voice is very low, Toastmaster. Yash. Not sure
Sorry,
why.
I'm sorry. Um, so for me, passion is something that you really love, that you keep on enjoy doing, and you never get tired by doing that.
Interesting. Anyone else?
Passion is a fervor when a person is full of beans.
Oh, very nice. Anyone else?
Can I try Toastmasters Siddhant?
Yes, please go ahead.
Passion is a lifelong commitment or a dedication to do something.
Nice. Thank you so much. Toastmaster, any of the Toastmasters, any of the guests who are attending for the first time? Not sure. Toastmaster guest Muskan. Toastmaster Uma, if you would like to say something.
Yeah, passion is something which you do even if it is difficult, no? Even if in your difficult times, if you keep up your passion alive and you go for it, what whatever it may be, that is passion. Which you do it at even your most challenging times. If you don't give up what you want to do, I feel that is passion. Come what may, you stick to it and do it. That I term it as passion.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Uma. Visiting guest Muskan has said that passion is a kick or a desire to constantly develop yourself. Yes, that's very right. Now,
I guess it's also something which is something which drives you for sure, but it's also something which is very difficult to come across. You need, unless you try a lot of things, as you yourself have experienced.
Yes, thank you so much. In my opinion, passion is something that you will do for your entire life. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much fame you have. It doesn't matter how big or small your family is. Passion is something that you will do no matter what. So I have a friend whose passion is photography. So he has had this passion since he was 8 years old. When he was 8 years old, he used to have those big cameras that you used to get back then, and he used to take photos with them. As he grew older, as he started to earn money, as Camera started to evolve and develop to become better. He bought a better camera, and a better camera, and that just kept on going. But the passion always remained the same. It didn't matter that he didn't have a very good camera in the beginning. It was just that that was his passion. He loved to click photos, and that's what he did. That's all. That is what, in my opinion, passion actually is. And I would just love to hear from a couple of people if they have found their passions, and if yes, what it is. Toastmaster Madhur?
Ah, I do not have any specific passion. My passion changes every year. This year, my passion is to communicate better.
Thank you. Toastmaster Jayaprakash? Toastmaster Vivaswan?
For me, I guess it is stand-up comedy.
Nice. Toastmaster Dineshwari?
For me, my passion is public speaking. I actually love to be on stage.
Toastmaster Vishal? Toastmaster Vishal?
My passion is being passionate about life, everything that life has to offer, the good, bad, ugly.
Has to be very deep with you all the time. I love it. Toastmaster Uma?
Yeah, my passion is teaching. I love to teach English. I'm a spoken English trainer, so I enjoy teaching.
Nice. Thank you so much for that. Toastmaster Swapnil?
Oh, that's me. Me?
Yes.
Okay. My passion is trying something innovative every time.
Nice.
Innovative every time.
Nice. We will just take two more, Toastmaster Swarangi and Toastmaster Industry, and then we'll round it off.
The reason why I said it's very difficult to understand is because I haven't really found my passion yet. So still discovering, still in progress.
And Toastmaster Industry?
So these days I don't have much things to do, so I have started sketching. I'm not really good at it, but I'm trying to get better.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone who participated. It was really nice understanding what your passions are. And now moving on to the more interesting part of the meeting, the part where you actually learn a lot of things, and those are the speeches. The first speech today is going to be presented by Toastmaster Maitri Deshmukh, and she's going to be attempting her level one part two, evaluation and feedback. She is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Swarangi, and I would like to call upon Toastmaster Swarangi to explain the meaning of her speech.
Yeah. So Toastmaster Maitri is going to be attempting her level 1 project 2A, which is basically the first speech of the evaluation and feedback project. So the objectives of this project are the purpose is that the member is to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply that feedback to a second speech. And so congrats, all the best to the speaker, Toastmaster Maitri, and back to you, Toastmaster Siddhant.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Swarangi. Toastmaster Maitri Deshmukh is a graphic design student, and she loves to read. She loves reading, poetry, and calligraphy. Without further ado, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Maitri. Toastmaster Maitri, truth in the myth. Truth in the myth, Toastmaster Maitri. That's a tongue twister. You should try it out. Please, can we please have you on stage?
Hello, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So I want you all to imagine for a moment that you are a Greek god. Imagine that you are just lounging about on Mount Olympus above pure white clouds, and below thousands of glistening galaxies. You have no care in the world. Well, except You need to rule over all the humans down below and ensure that they don't start another pandemic. I guess it's not such a great time to play God right now, but I'm sure all of us have once been entranced by the stories of gods and monsters, of heroes and villains, from Percy Jackson to the legend of Troy and Hercules to the clash of the Titans. Myths have come a long, long way from being just a part of old Greek mythology. Be it Indian, Greek, Norse, Chinese, why are all of us so interested in listening to these seemingly impossible stories again and again and again? I think that these stories have an element of moral justice, which we all like to hear. They also have a lot of lessons which are still relevant to today's society. Take the myth of Icarus, for example. Daedalus, an inventor, enraged the king Minos. In retribution, Minos decided to punish Daedalus and his son Icarus. He imprisoned them in a tall tower on the isolated island of Crete. Once inside the tower, Daedalus soon realized that even though they were stuck on land, the sky was open for escape. He decided to create two sets of wings, one for himself and the other for his son. For this, he collected fallen feathers from the flying gulls and melted wax from the candles on the wall. He assembled all these objects very carefully. He then warned Icarus not to fly too high lest the sun should melt the wax. But Icarus paid no heed to his father's advice. He flew higher and higher. He wanted to touch the sun. And soon enough, the sun's heat was too much. The wax started melting, and Icarus fell right to his death in the middle of the Aegean Sea. Now, traditionally, the moral of the story is to be careful about your ambitions because taking risks can lead to unexpected consequences. But there is much more that we can interpret from Icarus and his so called mistake. Why do you think Icarus wanted to fly so high? And did he regret his choice? Sometimes ambition doesn't necessarily stem from pride. It could just stem from curiosity. Maybe Icarus was just desperate to touch the sun. Maybe he wanted to try something new. And surely he couldn't touch the sun, but at least he came closer than any other human who had tried it before him. Such people who take risks pave the path of progress for people who come after them. Icarus makes us question what would we do with our chance to fly. Similarly, there's the myth of Achilles. Now, Achilles was a demigod, the son of a mortal man, Peleus, and a goddess, Thetis. Early on in life, he was presented with an interesting choice. Before the Battle of Troy, he was told that if he decided to stay and fight, his name would be immortalized, but he would die in battle. On the other hand, if he chose to go home, he would live a very long and healthy life, but his legacy would die with him. Ultimately, Achilles decided to participate in the battle, and unfortunately, he died taking an arrow to the head. And I know that we can't be in the position of Achilles directly, but we are still presented with a similar choice every day. Every day, we choose if we want to live a life full of adventure, taking risks, and making new accomplishments, or we want to stay safe inside our comfort zones. These myths teach us a lot than what we could even imagine. We look up to these stories. They teach us more about our inner demons than what the author chose to write about in his or her own stories. In every single myth, the hero has to look deep within his soul, think creatively, and look for advice from others around him. Similarly, in our lives, we have to do all these things and fight our fears like the heroes in these stories do. Ultimately, all these myths mirror and inspire our lives. They teach us to look within to see the hero in ourselves. And this hero is the truth in the myth. Thank you.
It was a wonderful attempt, Toastmaster Maitri. And as a Percy Jackson fan myself, it felt very nice to hear that. It's been a very long time since I have read the book, actually, and I have it with me right now. So thank you for that. And it was a very nostalgic speech. And yes, all congratulations on completing that. The next person who is going to be speaking today is his name is Toastmaster Madhur Palte. He is going to be attempting level 1 project 3 and presentation mastery, researching and presentation. He is going to be evaluated by Vivaswan Damle, and I would please like to call upon Toastmaster Vivaswan to explain the objectives of his speaker's speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Siddhant. Good evening, everyone, and good evening, Madhur. The project is actually level 1, project 2B. So he has to use feedback from his previous speech and apply it in this speech. So that is the objective. He has already received feedback for his first speech, that was level 1, project 2A. The time is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Madhur.
Thank you.
Toastmaster Madhur, because everyone is a liar. Because everyone is a liar, Toastmaster Madhur.
Do you know how many times an average individual lie in a 10-minute conversation? According to Stanford University, 5 times. But above average individual like me may lie up to 10 times in 10-minute conversation. What if I tell you that in the next 7 minutes, you will learn how to identify those lies? The catch is a person can lie through his words, but lying through body language or through a non-verbal is something that can be done. So, would you like to learn this skill? Good evening, Toastmaster or fellow liars. I am not going to teach you any rocket science, just a simple thing. You have to observe if a person is comfortable or uncomfortable. Nothing. Comfortable or uncomfortable. Because when a person lies, he becomes uncomfortable. I have made a list where I will start with a top and move down to the bottom. So starting with the first, eyes. What can we observe from eyes? The catch is when people lie, they start blinking very fast, or they may blink with a longer duration than usual because they want to block their vision from you, because direct eye contact make them uncomfortable. Moving down to the lips, what can you observe from lips? Like just that I did. They make their lips disappear because when they feel unconscious pressure, they need to feel make their lips wet. Sometimes they also do like this, biting their lips ups and down, and just like that. These are all the things that you can observe unconsciously. What if you observe consciously? Coming to the hands. First thing, they increase hand to face contact by touching their nose. Girls do like this, or doing something like this, or something, anything. anywhere touching in their face, scratching head. Recently, my sister had an exam in her college, and in dinner, I asked her, "How was your exam?" She replied, "Yeah, it was good." I immediately understand that this question of mine didn't make her comfortable. So I immediately changed the topic. This is the power of conversation. The next thing is touching here and there, like just I said, touching here, adjusting watch, or adjusting their neck, or sometimes crossing their finger. This happen in a very extreme situation. Now, lips done, eyes done, hands coming down to the legs. Now, feet are referred to a most honest part of someone's body. First thing, shifting their legs from left to right, or crossing their ankle, or something like this. This shows a person while speaking is uncomfortable. I'm also uncomfortable occasionally because it's related to my habit. Another trick could be stealing eyes, looking here and there and talking as if they are not interested or they are talking lie. Or sometimes they feel pressure while talking, sweat on their forehead, sweat on palms, or sometimes they may stare you and talk a lie with you. These are all the body languages. Now, some non-verbal conversation. First thing is a person may speak very aggressively, or the pattern of voice change when he is speaking. These are all the observation which can you observe in a non-verbal conversation. And one very important last trick. Anyone, please ask me any question. Swapnil, would you like to try?
Yes, I want to ask you one question. Are you single?
Now, if I answer this question as, do I look like if I'm a single? What did I do? I didn't answer the question. I just try to beat around the question. And this is happen when people are uncomfortable with direct answering, and they try to rotate the things around here and there and skip the direct conversation. So I have one advice for you. Uh, you just ask them follow-up question, but ask them very politely. So these are all the key aspects to make you aware of non-verbal and how useful it can be. It is very funny because you know that the person talking to you is lying and you still have to listen. These are just 50% that I covered. Another 50% comes with practice, because these skill build with practice. And I guarantee you, this skill will change your entire life, because everyone is a liar. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mother. That was a wonderful attempt. Congratulations. The next speaker for the day is Toastmaster Dineshwari Gawali. Toastmaster Dineshwari is working as a business developer. She enjoys being physically active and she loves public speaking and swimming. She is going to be attempting the same topic as the same path as Toastmaster Mother, level 1 project 2B, and her pathway is presentation mastery, and it is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Vishal Keswani. Toastmaster Vishal, can we please have the objective of the speech?
Just a slight confusion. Are we evaluating a researching and presenting project or an evaluation and feedback project? Because I haven't received the feedback from Toastmaster Dineshwari. So if you could please
Is it?
clarify.
I'm.
Dineshwari would be
One
the best
second.
one to answer because she has prepared the speech.
Yeah. Can you help us out, Toastmaster Dineshwari?
Hello.
What is your level and path? Which one are you doing?
Level 1 project, level 1 project 3, researching and presenting.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the objective, the purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well organized, well researched speech on any topic. Mind you, the speech style and the content must match. All the best to Toastmaster Dineshwari.
Yes. Thank you so much, Toastmaster. I'm sorry, there's a bit of a lag. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishal. Can we please have Toastmaster Dineshwari on stage? Keep your inner child alive, Toastmaster Dineshwari. Toastmaster Dineshwari, keep your inner child alive. Over to you.
Toastmaster Siddhant, am I clearly audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Timer, should I start?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I would like to one question to you. Heavy rain falling outside. People around you just eating bhajis and vada pav near the street restaurant. But you just having the power of dancing in the rain. Will you dance in the rain? Who will dance in the rain? Does any volunteer?
Toastmaster Madhur, Utkarsh have raised their hands.
Oh, Miss, that's great. They have their inner child alive. Presiding officer, fellow Toastmaster, and welcome guests. My name is Dineshwari Gavli, and today I am going to tell you one of the secret of happiness, which we will get from by bring our inner child alive. A study says that very few people are ready to take life-changing decision after 50. Why very few? Because they have their inner child alive in themselves. And you know what? The practical example is Colonel Sanders, who has founded KFC at the age of 65. So people are so set in their ways that they are not ready to change. But having a childlike faith is a huge advantage because it actually helps us to find impossible and unseen things. And also being excited and curious and motivated, just like a child, help you to find out the more things in your life. Let me tell you one story. I heard this story from YouTube, and many of us has also know about that story. There was a one man who has a small kid, and the kid and his father used to dance very funny on the dance of Munni Badnaam Hui, the song of Munni Badnaam Hui. One day, father has arranged an event and he has asked some fellow colleagues, seniors, juniors, and relatives, everyone around, relatives and friends. The event was going on, and suddenly the song started Munni Badnaam Hui. That small kid came to his father and asked him, Dada, let's dance. But his father was also excited to dance. But what his father said, Beta, you know what? Here are many, my colleagues are here, so we couldn't dance because our dance is too weird. But the kid was stubborn. He was not ready to listen to his father. Again, he asked, "Father, please, let's dance, let's dance." Then that father thought, if this kid hasn't feel anything dancing in front of these people, why should I? And he started dancing. So people are just curious about their future. People are just thinking about what others says, and they actually lose what currently going on, and they forget to enjoy the current moment. So you should always keep your child alive in yourself, because that actually keep you the happy, which actually help you to live the live moment. So ironically, many people study for years to acquire knowledge about the particular subject or topic. But you know what? The child, the quality of child is they never quit. They are ready to take risks because they don't know what is better, what is not better. So as I said, many people study for years. They start understanding the subject. They take knowledge about the topic and subject. But sometimes that knowledge gets stumbling block, and that they keeps them back from the incredible opportunities. And then they no longer have the ability to act impulsively, because everything has to be verified according to the established scientific principle. And by the time that process has been completed, the opportunity has passed. Therefore, if you want to keep your inner child alive, you need to rediscover your life. You need to rediscover how much fun life can be. And that's the thing, that are the real value which cannot be purchased by with money. So they are just freely available. But we just overlook those things and we taken for granted. So I request you, all of you, to please keep your inner child alive. That's it from my side. Over to you, TM Siddhant. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Dineshwari. That was a wonderful attempt. I'm very glad that I could hear it. Thank you so much. Uh, Timer, can you please tell me if everybody has qualified?
Yes, everyone is qualified. I'll share the timings.
That's great. And yeah, can we please vote for your favorite speaker?
Indrajit, the results are actually seen on the screen.
What?
No.
The results are displayed on the screen.
You may be the co-host, is probably because of that.
Okay.
Which results?
The best speaker results. I can see them.
Okay, Indrajit, are you sharing your screen? Because I can't see them.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I also can't see them.
I'm not sharing my screen. Am I sharing my screen?
No, you're not.
No.
Toastmaster Swapnil, are you looking to the chat box?
Sorry?
Are you looking to the chat box? Because timer has shared the timings of speakers.
Okay.
It's fine. It's okay. It's fine. It's just a
Okay,
confusion.
I thought the results. I thought those were the results. I'm sorry.
I need 4 more votes, so please vote because the competition is neck to neck. I will close the poll in 10 seconds in the interest of time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one. We can go ahead, Siddhant.
Okay. We have actually come to the break part of the meeting. So let's just take a small little 2-minute break. And timer, could you please tell me once the 2 minutes are up?
Yes.
Okay.
So what did I miss? Did I miss a round robin session?
Kind of, yes.
Okay, I'll check out the video.
She can actually answer, she'll have a better answer for the passion question.
I know her answer. Okay, what is your passion, Toastmaster Mansi?
What is my passion?
Yeah,
My passion is cricket.
there you go.
Oh, I thought you have.
So
This was the round robin. Okay.
I asked two questions. First one was, what does passion mean to you? And the second one was, what is your passion? So what does passion mean to you?
It's difficult to define actually.
Okay.
I would say that passion means the desire to just when you're passionate about something, you will work on it no matter what, and even when let's I'll come back to you. I cannot articulate right now.
No problem, no problem. So we actually got a lot of nice answers. Someone said that a lot of people had a lot of different opinions about what passion is. And for me, what passion means to me would be something that you do no matter what age you are in life, no matter how much money, friends, fame, popularity, stature, no matter what it is, that one thing will always remain constant in your life. So it can be, and it can be anything. So it can be, for you it can be cricket, for Sarangi it can be something else, for Madhur it can be something completely different, and that's the beauty of it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, it's okay, I just said it for you. Telepathy. No problem. I think the 2 minutes are done. Yes, 2 minutes are done. So yes, so can we please have Toastmaster Swapnil on stage? Toastmaster Swapnil, one second. Toastmaster Swapnil has been in Toastmasters since February of 2016. He's currently working as an intern at Marriott International. He is officially an International Air Transport Associated certified. I'm sorry. He's officially International Air Transport Association certified. He's a BCom graduate. He has an advanced diploma in tourism management from Thomas Cook, India. He learns Spanish and Japanese languages, and he loves to travel and he loves to network with people. Toastmaster Swapnil Paranspe. He's the table topic master for the day. And can you please come on stage and explain what table topics is and just continue with your bit?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Siddhant. Am I audible and am I visible?
Yes, you are.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, future Toastmasters, and dear guests, good evening. I was late and I got the reality check that my boss is infuriated and demanded an explanation. And within a spur of a time, I articulated an impressive story to persuade him in order to believe my excuse. So what did I do? I thought off the cuff and spoke. Table topic session is just going to be like that. Table topics is an impromptu session where you'll have to speak on off the cuff and you'll have to think fast. I would be inviting any Toastmaster, visiting Toastmaster or guest on virtual dais, and I'll be giving a topic which might be related to theme or which might not be related to theme. And that person will have to speak for minimum of 1 minute and maximum of 2 minutes, 30 seconds. If the speaker speaks less than 1 minute or more than 2 minutes, 30 seconds, the speaker will be disqualified. So the green card will be signified at 1 minute Amber card will be shown at 1.5 minutes, and red card will be shown at 2 minutes, after which 30 seconds of grace period will be given. So let us kickstart today's session. I would like to invite on virtual dais Toastmaster Mansi Kasande.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so today's table topic session is going to be a slightly different. I'll be giving 4 words and you will have to articulate a story out of it. So for example, if I say 1, 2, 3 mattress, something like that, you will have to articulate a story out of it. This is what today's table topic session is going to be. So the topic for Toastmaster Mansi is white New Zealand.
Wait. Let me write it. Otherwise, I'll forget it.
White New Zealand. Vice President Education and House.
Okay. Good evening, one and all. I was the Vice President Education of Toastmasters Club of Pune-West from July 2020 to December 2020. And guess what? Due to the pandemic, I was in my house attending all the meetings from Zoom. I actually wanted to become the VPE during the physical meetings, but that was not possible. Moving on, I couldn't do anything about it, but the role has been very fulfilling. And speaking of leadership roles, vice captain is someone who is very important to a cricket team. So when you will see New Zealand and India play against themselves in the World Test Championship final, Ajinkya Rahane, the vice captain of Indian cricket team, is going to be very important for India. Why do you think so? Because when the Indian team will step onto the field in their whites, he will be the one who will be standing at second slip or third slip or maybe in gully. And as the matches are as the match is being played in Southampton and in English conditions, many edges will fly to gully or second slip, and we need someone who has a safe pair of hands and who will pouch all the catches so that we can take all the chances that we have. So I look forward to watching the Indian team play in the whites against New Zealand on the 18th of June. And if you're interested, let me know. We'll have a good discussion on it. Over to you, Toastmaster Swapnil.
That was an impressive story, Toastmaster Mansi. Let us move on with the next person. I would like to invite on virtual dais Toastmaster Utkarsh Shirodkar. Toastmaster Utkarsh, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the words: carpet, Pune, teacher, Toastmaster of the day. Carpet, Pune, teacher, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, my dear friend Toastmaster Swapnil, for giving me such a wonderful topic. Carpet, teacher, Pune, and Toastmaster of the day. This reminds me of my college days. One day, one teacher was standing on a carpet in our classroom and she asked everyone, please come on stage and present your accounts project. She made me the Toastmaster of the day. She decided that I shall handle each and everything in the room. My turn came. She asked me a question. Utkarsh, tell me, during dissolution, what is the ratio at which profits or losses are divided? I said, at the given ratio. He said, okay, I was afraid and confident. I said yes. But after a few seconds, she told me, "Oh, kharats?" Then I thought about it. No, I was wrong. I'll repeat my answer. She said, "Arey, tell me one thing. Mother doesn't actually gives something more to your to daughter and something less to the son, right? She distributes everything equally. Then why shall I give you a second chance if I'm not giving it to others?" I was stunned. Not for the fact that she said, but how come she came like this so quickly? Oh my God, that was the most hilarious moment of my life. I mean, if someone can think so quickly, he or she might be the impromptu king or queen, right? Think about it. It was the most funny story of my life. What about you? Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Utkarsh. That was indeed a humorous table topics, I must say. Moving on, I would like to invite on virtual dais Toastmaster Uma Natraj. She's a visiting Toastmaster. Toastmaster Uma, are you there?
I'm there.
So I came to know that you are a spoken English language professor. So I thought of giving you topics something related to that. So
Okay.
these are the words: English, COVID, guest, speaker.
Okay. I remember when I was affected by COVID as recently as April first week, it was a tremendous experience for me. And the initial 2 days, I didn't know how I would come out of it. Later, I just bounced back after maybe 5 to 6 days. My sugar levels had gone up, and I almost broke down when my mother spoke to me one day. But then she pepped me up, and luckily that day my sugar levels came down, and after that, I started becoming better. They say that English makes you popular globally, and COVID also made me popular, I should say. As a guest speaker, I was invited in my JCI organization to speak about COVID and my experiences. So, with great fervor and with a lot of beans in my speech, I really mesmerized the audience by telling how I came back or bounced back in life with positivity. It is the positivity and the grace of God and the doctor's treatment which made me come out of COVID. So I'm thankful to all of them. And I would say that you have to be positive and you should be always alert and take care of the health and not allow negative attitude to come to your life. So bounce back with positivity. How about you, Toastmaster? How is your positivity? Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Uma. That was really a fabulous table topics. Now I would like to invite guest Rohit Gila. Guest Rohit. Guest Rohit, is he there?
I think he's not there now. He was there at the beginning, but I don't think he's present right now.
Then I'd like to invite Toastmaster Lancy D'Souza.
Good evening, Sapnil. How are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Good. Keep that smile on.
The topic for you is fashion, Marathi, German, Tokyo. Fashion, Marathi, German, Tokyo. Toastmaster Lancy D'Souza.
Okay. Interesting when you've got a whole juxtaposition of four different words. But from what I can understand out here is that particularly when you talked about languages and with Marathi, it's fashion these days to learn different languages. I hope I can be a linguist someday, somehow, and pick up Marathi. I got to brush it out there. One of the things that I have learned out here is that no matter what you do, in whichever language you are, ladies and gentlemen, whether it is Timbuktu or whether it's Germany or whatever you travel out there, the first thing is that charity begins at home. And that's going to be a fashion with all of us in here. What do I mean by saying that charity begins at home? Let me explain. Recently, during this COVID time, you know that all over in villages, a lot of people are just do not know what is COVID-19 basically because of the lack of medical services being provided out there. So here's the thing. What we did was we have a St. Catherine's orphanage in Mumbai that reaches out to these 40 villages through a system called the Primary Health Center, which is in Murbad. It's about 140 kilometers away from here. The reason why I'm saying is that why would I need to go to Germany? And why would I need to do fashion out there when I can work out in this premises itself in here? Back home in India, charity begins at home. And so for us, there is a charity drive. And what we're doing right now at this point of time is giving back to these people and helping them out because of health services. So all of us have pooled in here and paid 3K for a single unit, a COVID-19 unit. It's got 6 items in it. There is a sanitizer, you've got the mask, you've got the gun, and you've got the rest of the stuff, an oximeter out there. This is being handed over to ASHA. What are ASHA? It's the accredited social health services people who are there, okay, activists, and they go across to all these places. So this kit will be handed over to them, irrespective of whatever language they are, although it's in Marathi, Hindi, whatever is out there. But the idea is that they will reach out to these people and hand it over. In the final analysis, ladies and gentlemen, Marathi, English, whichever language is there, the joy of giving and charity has no equalizer, whether it's caste, creed, or religion. Why do you have to go to Germany? Start off, make it your fashion, give back to people what you can. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lancy. It was really a fabulous speech, I must say. Next, I would like to invite on stage guest Daniel.
Yes, hello.
Okay, so the topic for you is swimming, milk, reading, chocolate. Swimming, milk, reading, chocolate. Guess Daniel.
Okay, myself Daniel Sams, and when from the childhood I never swim. Once upon a time I tried to swim in a lake, but that was not a great experience that I had. But I like to drink milk. Yes, I like milkshake, drink milk with hot milk with coffee, hot milk with coffee, or chocolate milk. Yes, I like to drink milk. But so when I after I gym, then I try to drink milk and a full packet of cold milk. Then it will lead to lactose intolerance, and then the diarrhea. It can cause diarrhea. And I love to read. I like reading. I love reading philosophy, psychiatry, novel, and various public speaking skill and how to develop myself. And chocolate. I love different kind of chocolate. Mm, From childhood, I love chocolate. I tried different dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate, pink chocolate, different kind of chocolate. This was my experience. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Daniel. That was a fabulous speech, I must say. Toastmaster Siddhant, do we have time for more speakers? Hello?
Yeah, we have around 10 minutes if I'm not wrong.
Okay, great.
I have like a couple.
Next, I would like to invite on virtual dais Toastmaster Atharva Khisti. Toastmaster Atharva Khisti, is he there? Okay.
Hello.
Yes, you're audible.
Hi. Hi, Swapnil. I was on office call. Like, can you tell me what's going on?
Okay, so we are doing the table topics, and today's table topics is going to be, I'll be giving 4 words, and you have to form a story out of it. It's something like an incomplete jigsaw puzzle which you have to solve.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so these are the words here: Netflix, mountain, evaluation, dream. Netflix, mountain, evaluation, dream. Toastmaster Atharva Khisti.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. So, you know what happened a couple of days ago? I was seeing this amazing Netflix documentary. It was about design. It was about design engineering, how beautiful things are made. It consisted of 5 different episodes, from bioengineering to design in social media apps like Instagram. All the episodes were based on the theme of making beautiful designs. I was so inspired by people who make these different designs, how they're inspired. For example, one of the artists, he is the lead design for Instagram's design layout, the flow that we see on Instagram. For example, where will be the where will be the about button, where how will be the feed, how will be the scrolling, will it be infinite, how will be the recommendations shown, from which direction it will come. And what he said about how he gets inspired to do design, that he goes on a travel across the globe. He empties up his mind and looks outside for inspiration, then comes back, has good night's sleep, then tries to comprehend everything that he has seen while going to sleep. Something beautiful happens in his sleep. He gets different dreams about different concepts. And as you know, that our subconscious mind is making up things. So, in that making up of things in his subconscious mind, beautiful patterns emerge in his sleep. And that is how he applies he applies whatever he has dreamt about in his project. For example, he goes trekking on mountains in Japan. He goes sailing into the seas, and he sees how the gradients of nature, like from the mountains to the sun, how the rays diffract, how the patterns emerge. And that is why you have seen, probably Instagram has this gradient in its logo itself. So this is how design inspiration works. This is how it tries to get to a better design. And the project doesn't end there. This project is thoroughly evaluated by many people, and then they, on a consensus, they decide that whether this particular design is suitable for a particular project. And that is how, my friends, design and innovation is made. Over to the table topics master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Atharva. That was really informative. I would like to now invite guest Muskan on virtual dais. Guest Muskan, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give you an easy topic. English, Marathi, Hindi, television. English, Marathi, Hindi, television. Guest Muskan.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, guest
Hello.
Muskan, you're audible.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. This is Muskan Rajendra Hadge. So, my topic is English, Marathi, Hindi, and television. Thank you, sir. So, one fine day, I was watching this English show called Friends, which is one of my favorite sitcoms. And my father just came and he was like, "What is this? What is this you're watching?" I was like, "Dada, this is Friends." And he was very confused with the thing that my daughter is watching such a useless show. He recommended me a few Marathi shows like Chala Hava Udyal and Baru Mama. And then I was like, I don't have interest in watching it. You should want. I suggested him to watch Friend, and then he was quite a bit, unsure about the about the episode. Told him and I made him agree कि you have to watch a few episodes. So he sat with me one fine day and he watched the episode 1 of Friends. He was so mesmerized by Chandler's sarcastic comments and Rachel's way of living the life to the fullest. Monica clean to be clean every time, and Joey's uh, childish nature and Ross's every time to be the best and to be the rightest person in the town. It was the most funniest and the most precious thing in my life, where me and my dad were watching Friends together. After that, one fine day, my mother also was like, "Why are you watching? We are both laughing and giggling so much." My dad and I. So she was very confused, and she was very confused that why she wasn't invited. And I told her, "Yeah, you're watching this Hindi serials with Dukhi Hindi serials." And she was actually blown away that why I am watching with my dad and she is not invited. So this is what the TV revolves around the house. We have different aspects and interests, but you know what? A family who now in the pandemic, a family who sees together stays together, I guess. And that is the case now. The thing is that my mom watches and my dad watches Friends together, and I'm not invited, to be really honest. And it is a very fun time to watch Friends together as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guest Muskan. Even I am a Friends fan, and my favorite character is Monica Geller. Let us move on with another. We have, I think, guest. Oh, that's someone from my name, Swapnil Kale.
So Swapnil, this will be the last one, yeah?
Sure, no worries. We have guest Swapnil Kale. Is he there?
He is in the meeting room, but I don't think he's being able to hear us.
Okay. Would anyone like to volunteer?
I can go.
Okay, Toastmaster Vivaswan Damle. We have a seasoned Toastmaster here, I must say. Okay, so the topic for you is green, yellow, bridge, Toastmasters. Green, yellow, bridge, Toastmasters. Toastmaster Vivaswan Damle.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Have you heard of the concept called as traveling Toastmaster? Anyone? It is an initiative where whenever you post a photo of yourself with the Toastmasters magazine and you are at some scenic location, Toastmasters International shares your photo as a traveling Toastmaster. I've always thought, is it possible for me to feature in one of these videos or one of these images? At that point of time, I thought, let's use my next year's travel to get a chance to feature in this. So I have decided that next year, when I go to the Golden Gate Bridge, I will definitely click a picture over there and then I'll become famous. Now, along with that, I need to use the word green and yellow. But Table Topics Master, golden is a better color, right? So I guess I'll swap yellow and gold, and I hope you will allow me with that. Well, whenever I have, oh, and there's the color green. So do you think I just qualify over here? Jokes aside, whenever I've seen the images of Golden Gate Bridge, it has always been from this cliff. I don't know what location that exactly is, but it looks really lovely from that angle. And from there, you also see some lovely lush green grass that is present at that location. So I know this has been a very spread out table topics, but the words were such that I just thought of these things. Now, I know I had substituted the word yellow with golden, but I was just waiting for the yellow card. And table topics master, here I use the fifth word as well, which is red. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivaswan. With this, we come towards the end of today's session. I can hear a couple of people asking for the table topic speeches, but unfortunately, we are running out of the time. But I would really, I really appreciate your enthusiasm for taking part. That you want to take part in table topics. I actually wanted to create, I had created a pictorial representation of this on via slides, but unfortunately because of the network issue, I could not go ahead with the plan. So I used words instead of pictures. Anyways, are all, I would like to ask timer if all the speakers are qualified.
Except for Toastmaster Atharva and guest Muskan, the rest are qualified.
Okay, so except barring Toastmaster Atharva and guest Muskan, you can vote for the best table topic speaker. The names are mentioned in the chat box, but I'll still read it. Toastmaster Mansi Kasande, Toastmaster Utkar Shirodkar, Toastmaster Uma Natraj, Toastmaster Lancy D'Souza, guest Daniel, and Toastmaster Vivaswan Damle. So these are the qualified speakers. Please vote for them. Thank you so much, and I hand over the stage back to Toastmaster of the day. I hope you all enjoyed today's session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Swapnil. As you know, table topics is my favorite segment of any meeting. I love it. I love being the table topic master as well, and all these topics were really interesting. So, congrats. Moving on, we are going to be starting the evaluation segment of the meeting. The first evaluator that I would like to call on is a dog lover. She has really, just 1 second. She's pursuing her chartered accountancy course and she's fairly fluent in German. She's optimistic, inquisitive, a bookworm, and an extreme dog lover. She is going to be evaluating Toastmaster Maitri. And can I please have on stage Toastmaster Swarangi? Over to you.
Thank you so much,
Just a second,
Toastmaster.
just a second. Is the polling closed for the
Yes.
table W? Yes, okay.
Okay, so shall I go ahead?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Siddhant, for giving me not a fluent introduction, but thank you once again. Good evening, everyone. Mr. President, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "Fiction reveals the truth that the reality obscures." That's something that I have always thought about because I love reading fiction. And that's my answer to every person whenever they ask me, why do you read fiction? First of all, when Toastmaster Maitrey started with her speech, I was over the moon because she was mentioning Greek gods, and Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus is one of my favorite series, and I have read that over and over for 3 to 4 times the whole series, and I still can't get over it. So thank you so much for starting with that and mentioning all of that. Now, coming to her speech, I have three positive, really great commentations for her. First, in the beginning, she was full of beans. She had a radiant and beaming smile, and she gave a good kickstart to her deep and meaningful speech with a wide smile. Second, there's a popular myth that there's nothing to learn from fiction. And this is the very main thing that she debunked. And that was, for me, that was her USP of the speech, because that is something which everyone keeps on talking about, but she busted that myth with her speech. And a third and a major highlight from her speech was that towards the ending, she lost her momentum, but she took a deep breath and she hopped back on the wagon with full speed, and she did not fumble later on. And the confidence that with which she started once again was the main thing, that it was a major highlight for me. Now, going ahead with the recommendations that she can work on. First of all, work on having hand gestures. So avoid staying rigid and avoid having the arms to your stuck to your sides. Have some gestures based on the speech, what the characters are doing, etc. Second, the topic was very relatable to everyone, and so rather than keeping it just that way, Toastmaster Maitrey could have involved a certain question to the audience, or inculcated some humor in the speech, so that it would have become more conversational for the audience as well. And the third recommendation that I have is having a personal anecdote regarding how some of the learning that she had from these mythological stories helped her in real life. So that would have been more believable for me personally to understand how that relates to real life. So to sum it up, work on the hand gestures, work on asking a question or adding humor to make it more challenging for her, and third, inculcating personal anecdote. But keep up the enthusiasm, that is her forte. Keep encompassing unique points in the speech, and keep up the confidence in spite of any challenges that might come up. Thank you so much. All the best for her future endeavors, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Swarangi. The next speech by Toastmaster Madhur is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Vivaswan. He is a CA graduate and he's a fellow cricket fan. I would like to call him on the stage to give his evaluation. Over to you.
Thank you so much once again, Toastmaster. Toastmaster Madhur was attempting level 1 project to B, and for that he had to apply the feedback that he had received in the first speech. The feedback given to him was he needs to have a better structure to the speech. He was speaking very fast and needs to slow down. And the third was that the conclusion was absent. Now let's take a look whether these things were addressed in this speech. Toastmaster Madhur, I felt that the structure was really great. You had a decent opening, body, and conclusion, so that was clear. Secondly, I did not feel that the speech was too fast, unlike last time. So you addressed that issue as well. Great job. But I felt that the conclusion could have been a bit stronger. I felt the speech just ended just like that. So if it could have been a bit more hard hitting, then the speech would have stayed longer with the audience. Now, other than that, I have a few commendations and recommendations. Firstly, the speech was interactive. He asked Toastmaster Swapnil a question, and based on that, he showed what the two responses could have been. I felt that was an interesting use of audience feedback as well. Secondly, he usually gives speeches sitting in his chair, but today he was standing up, and he also used body language that whenever someone is nervous, they can tend to shift from one feet to another. Now, if he was sitting, he could not have used this body language. So, a great job by adapting to the requirements of the speech. Now, a couple of things that could have been improved further was that this was quite an interesting topic, and I felt you could have had some enthusiasm and you could have had some more fun, because lies is something that can be explored and can be debated upon so much that you can share both the sides of the story. And even when you shared your sister's story, I felt some more enthusiasm and emotion could have added a few points to your speech. Other than that, I felt that the objectives were fairly achieved. You need to work on the conclusion a bit, but you are improving with each speech, and I'm sure that you will improve further down the line as well. Thank you so much, and I look forward to hearing more speeches by applying these feedbacks. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vivaswan. The next person who is going to be evaluating Toastmaster Dineshwari is someone who is a student of life and someone who is very interesting just to listen to because of how deep and how different his topics always are. His name is Toastmaster Vishal Keswani, and I would like to call him upon stage to give his evaluation. Please.
Thank you, Toastmaster Siddhant. This is how the audience felt when I had given my research and presenting speech. Half of the audience had actually fallen off to sleep because research and presenting is a very boring and a challenging project to do. Let us find out how many of us fell off to a sleep and how many of us actually woke up. Keep your inner child alive. A title with a profound message. A message that, if lived, would eliminate all unhappiness and depression from the world. Not to forget people like me who fall off to sleep in meetings and offices. When was the last time you did something childlike without fear? I would like to thank the speaker for reminding me of my childhood days when I could do anything I wanted and there was no one to stop me. In fact, I was unstoppable. So, what happened to you and me that we have become more like robots and less like humans? Why can't you do what you did or want to do is the central theme of the speaker today. The speaker excelled at question with an analogy at the beginning, a scene to imagine dancing in the rain. For a research and presenting project, the speaker has to have fervor for the topic. You can easily connect with and convince someone only when you are yourself convinced. Secondly, the speaker gave an example, Harlan Sanders, owner of KFC, a concrete example, that too of a world renowned person, makes the audience want to believe in you. Third, the speaker not only told us the importance of keeping our inner child alive, but also how to keep our inner child alive. Imagine I tell you that it's very important to exercise. Toastmaster Vivaswan tells you it is very important to join Toastmasters, but we don't tell you how to exercise or how to actually give speeches. So the how is very important, which he catered very well. Lastly, the connection with the audience by identifying with their fears and hopes. The speaker said people are curious about the future and what others say. Isn't that so true? To improve the connection with the audience further, I have some recommendations. The speaker mentioned about a study but failed to mention which study the researchers The citation, where was it published? Storytelling, characters' name in the story were missing, they could have been added. And since there was special lot of time. Secondly, the speaker mentioned Munni Badnaam Hui in a very casual way. She could have made it a little more peppy. Munni Badnaam Hui. Structure. The speaker was jumping from one example and story to another, repeating the title to link them. Rather, the speaker could have gone in more depth with just one story and had been less preachy. Another option to follow would have been a chronological order. Start from childhood to adulthood. The speaker said, I request you to keep your inner child alive in the conclusion. Instead, the speaker could have asked for a call to action by asking the audience, how are you going to wake the child within? To sum up, a heart-touching, inspiring theme with enough connection that could have been made better with more structure and could have did definitely woke up the inner child in me and hopefully in you too. Thank you. Over to TM Modi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishal. Then, and that concludes our speech evaluation section. Hope all of you learned a little something from it. Hope you all gained insight and how to actually improve your speech a little better. I know I did. And I'm very happy that I could witness all of this. So, timer, have they all qualified?
Yes, they all have qualified.
Great. Thank you so much to all the evaluators. And moving on, now we come to the final segment of the meeting, which is the role players report. Oh, sorry. Let's do the polls first. Sorry. Please tell me once it's done.
4 more votes. 4 more votes, please.
Is it tight again?
Yes, it's very tight. Two more votes, please. Okay, in the interest of time, though, I'll stop the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Thank you so much to everyone who voted. The last part of the meeting are the role players report. We will be looking at the language evaluators report, the accounters report, the general evaluation report. First, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Kishan, who we have already met. Toastmaster Kishan, can we please have you for your language evaluation report?
Sure. Just a sec.
Yep.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So this is my report. Congratulations, Uma, TM Sarangi, and Daniel. They used more amount of time, the word of the day and India of the day. Many other people also used these words today, and I was very excited. My words were used many times. So the outstanding usage. First is entrench. I hope you can see all the words. If you can't see, tell me, I'll zoom it for you. So first was entrenched. It means firmly established and or unlikely to change. So if something a habit cannot be changed, something like that. Immortalized. It means memorize and keep a memory of, preserve for a long time. Beat around the bush, to talk about lot of unimportant things because you want to avoid talking about what is really important. Articulate, express an idea of feeling fluently and coherently after one another. So it thinks you're saying it as your if someone would think you have practiced it a lot and it comes very fluently. Mesmerized, capture the complete attention of the audience or someone. So infuriated, makes someone extremely angry or impatient. Next was eon. It is very differently long period of time, like thousands of years. Trembling down, to experience fear or anxiety. Beat around the bush, I've repeated, so sorry. Neck to neck, it means level in the race or competition. So if two people are going neck to neck, they are going in same level in the race. Okay. Off the clip, off the cuff, it means without preparation and on the spot impromptu. Sarcastic, it means using irony or in order to mock or convey attempt. Some other words are also used like back on the wagon, which means back on the track, or over the moon means you're very excited and something. Uh, so these are some incorrect usage that I found. So I have table it, measure table. Left side is what are the actual usage, and the right side I've used what could be better or correct usage. So first one was they are talking lie. They are telling a lie. So in a sentence, he used help you find. It should be helps you find. I don't remember the exact sentence, but this was wrong. Then we wouldn't dance. It should be we can't dance in front of the people. Someone said we wouldn't dance in front of the people. It didn't make her comfortable. So it should be it doesn't make her comfortable. Taken it for granted. It should be take it for granted. When you observe, which can you observe? It should be what can you can observe. So I've switched it. My mistake. Sorry. Thinking about what others say. Thinking about what other will say. And last one was he may blink with larger duration. So they should have said he may blink longer. So it is short and better also. Thank you. That's all for my report. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kishan. The next person who is going to be evaluating is we are going to have the R counters report. The R counters report is going to be presented by our R counter for the day. His name is Toastmaster Yash, and we've already met him before. So can I please have Toastmaster Yash on stage?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Siddharth. Do I have a permission to share the screen?
Yes, please. I'm not sure. Admin? Mansi? Just try sharing once.
Sure.
It is allowed.
He has.
Okay.
Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yep.
Great. So thank you everyone for the wonderful session. This is the first time where I am evaluating the AHA counter role, and it's very interesting to see that because after so many of hearing of filler words, our ears become immune to these words. It's very difficult for me to notice the filler words that's coming into the communication, but I've tried my best, and I have come up with fillers of the day. These are the filler words which are used prominently throughout the session. The number one is used by most of the people. The second most used filler is elongated words, which means stressing on the words a lot, like so and the stressing a lot on the words. And the third most filler word was and for the day. Let me go deeper into the usage of words by each of the individual. Okay, so let's start with the speakers first. Toastmaster Methri did a fantastic job. I was not able to encounter any of the filler words she has used. However, there were two long pauses she has used. Toastmaster Madhur, excessive usage of that can be worked upon, and elongated words or is something that has been stressed upon. There had been some long pauses as well. And for Toastmaster Dineshwari, which is used again and again throughout the speech, and elongated word again, and which was stressed and elongated throughout the conversation. Going to the guest and other Toastmasters. So guest Utkarsh, good job, very less fillers used, but repeated usage of the word and good usage of small pauses. Toastmaster Uma, again repeated usage of the word and throughout and one long pause. Toastmaster Mansi, the only filler word which was used was so to connect the statements. Toastmaster Lancy, great job, perfect timing for pauses. Guest Daniel and guest Muskan, again again, repeated usage words of and. Very interesting to observe that most of the table topics, when we speak, we try to speak word and again and again. So something that can be noticed. For role players, Toastmaster of the Day Siddhant. Again, elongated words is something that has been used mostly. Toastmaster Indrajit, use of word and the mostly stretched along. Uh, Also, the words like and so were used sometime. Toastmaster Kishan, very good job, very less fillers throughout the conversation, but again, the word of use of and was utilized. Toastmaster Swapnil, perfecto, nothing to add. And Toastmaster Athav, was the only word that I've encountered again and again. And lastly, for the evaluators, Toastmaster Swarangi, only the word so was elongated during the evaluation. Toastmaster Vivaswan, perfect, nothing to add. And Toastmaster Vishal, perfect use of small pauses. So that's all from my side. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
That was very nice. That was very comprehensive. It's like one of the best counter reports I've seen in a very long time. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Last but definitely not the least is the general evaluators report, which in my opinion is one of the most important reports when it comes to the Toastmasters meeting. It is going to be presented by Toastmaster Aishwarya Bhure. She is a final year student and she loves to cook. Can we please have Toastmaster Aishwarya to present her report?
Thank you, Toastmaster Siddhant. Can anyone please confirm if my screen is visible?
It is, it is.
Okay, thank you. A very good evening to all of you present here. And let me first tell you that this was a tough meeting for me to evaluate because I found it too difficult to find recommendations for the role players. But let's get started. We'll start with the Sergeant at Arms. He started right on time, and I loved the way he started. It was bang on. And the smile was something that attracted the audience. So that is one thing I loved. Coming to recommendations, I felt that though it was a great start when it came to explaining the role, he fumbled a bit and then his energy got down. So I would suggest Toastmaster Kishan to prepare the speech in order to sound more confident. And my second recommendation is it's Toastmasters and not TM. So if you are introducing someone, say Toastmaster Kishan and not TM Kishan. Otherwise, it was a great job done by you. Coming to timer, okay. There is a mistake. We'll come back to that later. Talking about the R counter, this was the best R counters report I have ever heard. And Toastmaster Yash is so confident and so composed while he speaks, and that just shows how confident he is. And the report was excellent, and he was really encouraging. There was no flaw as such in his role, but one recommendation could be not a recommendation, but while introducing the role, he could have added something extra to add a wow factor to it. So that could have elevated his role. Next, we'll talk about the grammarian. First of all, Toastmaster Kishan is playing a dual role today, so kudos to you for doing that and taking up the role last moment. Always love the way you present your language evaluators report. It was quite innovative, and while explaining his role, he also waited for the audience to respond. So that is something which is important. Coming to recommendations, first of all, camera angle. To me, your camera angle seemed a bit off, so maybe he could look after it the next time. And also, during the report, he could have told what the actual error is, like, is there the problem with the verbs or tense or the part of speech? So that is something which he could have added. Next, coming to table topics. Why is this slide going again? Apologies, this I made last moment, so there are errors. Coming to the table topics master, Toastmaster Swapnil, it was a great start and the topics were really interesting. And as he mentioned that he already had something prepared, but due to the network issue, he couldn't share the screen. But if he was telling out the words, I feel he could have just written it in the chat so that it's easier for the speaker to remember what the words actually are. So that is only one recommendation I have for him. Otherwise, he did a very good job today. Next, Toastmaster Swarangi. Let me tell you, the three evaluators were really, really good today. And speaking about Toastmaster Swarangi, this was the best evaluation I have ever heard from her. And she spoke in third person. She was really encouraging. She had apt observations and she really played with the words today, and no recommendations for her today. Next, Toastmaster Vivaswan, he again spoke in third person. He had great observations. One thing I observed is that from the middle of his evaluation, he smiled and then his evaluation, his energy increased. So I feel if I were a speaker and he was my evaluator, I would have loved the energy would have maintained throughout the whole evaluation. So that's only recommendation I have for him. Talking about Toastmaster Vishal, again, he was very encouraging. He spoke in third person, played with the words and he's really good at it. And he had numbered his commendations and recommendations. One thing I feel that he could have elaborated more on the recommendations part. Maybe he could have used 30-40 seconds more on that. Talking about coming to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Siddhant, longest stage time, so more recommendations for you. Lovely theme, and the script was really beautiful. It was so pleasing to ears. I personally loved it, and he was quite interactive. One thing I, not one, four things actually, which I would like to. Okay, there's some problem. Talking about the intros, during the start, he asked all the role players to send him the intro. So that's one thing I feel a Toastmaster of the day can do it before the meeting starts. Second, look at the camera. When he started, he was saying something very beautiful and he wasn't looking towards the camera. So it could have enhanced his performance even better if he could have done that. Third thing I would like to talk about is the transitions. I feel the transitions between the theme of the meeting and the meeting itself was a bit off because during the start, he spoke about the theme. Then later we had speeches, and after that, he again spoke on the theme. But then the complete theme connect was lost. So I feel he could work on that, and he also forgot to take the feedback for the speaker. So that is something which is really important. So take care of that. Coming to the timer, Toastmaster Indrajit, he explained his role precisely and he was really quick in the timings. One recommendation for him could be to add a small script at the start while introducing the role, because timer gets to speak for only for one time. So instead of speaking with the typical things, a short script could enhance the timer's role, is what I feel. I think I've covered everybody, and it was a great meeting. I would have loved to hear more about the theme though. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Just 1 second, there's something playing in the background. I'm so sorry. There was some video that started playing in the background. I didn't know how to switch it off. Thank you so much to Toastmaster Aishwarya. Yes, it was a little bit of a Hail Mary today, and I'm really sorry about that. I know we haven't talked about the topic or the theme in a very long time, and it is my mistake. I will definitely try and do better next time. To finish on the theme, I would just like to say that if you ever had a thought today that, hey man, I don't know what my passion is, and it's very unfortunate. Trust me, it is not unfortunate. It is one of the most beautiful states of mind to be confused, and it is one of the best things that you can be, because when you are confused, you actually go on and try different things. So if you don't know your passion and if you feel like you don't know what it is, trust me, go out there and try different things. You will find something that you love, and you will find something that sticks in the long term. You will, and you 100% will. You will have setbacks along the way. You will think about things that you don't like. I thought I photography was my passion. I used to love photography. I used to take very good photos also, actually. But over time I lost interest, and it turns out that it's not my passion. But I had a very good time learning how to take photos. I had a very good time learning about the camera, and I had a very good time while I was doing it. So the most important thing is to enjoy the process, and it's all about the journey, and it is not about the destination. So on that note, I would like to bid a farewell to everyone. Thank you so much for listening to everything we talked about. On about what Toastmaster Aishwarya said, please give feedbacks to all the speakers who have spoken today. I will give their name. Can somebody please put their names in the chat box so that some people can just click on their names and give them the feedback. I'm so sorry I forgot about it during the process, and it's my mistake. So if you can give feedbacks to all the speakers, that would be great. And to end, I would like to call upon the president, Toastmaster Atharva, to give his closing address and the gift distribution. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Yes, hello. Can you? Yeah, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
I think my internet connection is not very stable. So before I move on to the address, let us vote for the best role player today. The polls will be on your screen.
Toastmaster Siddhant, you can just share the agenda so we will get the names of all the speakers for the feedback.
Okay.
And I need 4 more votes. Again, the competition is very neck to neck, so please vote. We can go ahead, Toastmaster Atharva.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mari. I uh, I hope everyone had a great time today, and I hope that we learned a lot of things today. Personally, I thought that I'm just I'm not just learning about the public speaking and leadership skills, but as we evolve through this era of online meetings, I think there's a lot to learn about how to being innovative in these roles. Today we saw different kinds of reports, and we have seen them in previous meetings too, where people are now using PowerPoint presentations, animations. In some of Toastmaster Viva's one speech, while in the speech also he had some visual art like you could point out to, and we are being creative, and I spoke about it in my table topics. Like being creative and innovative is also what we are learning, and so that was one thing I would like to I wanted to point out, that not it's not just about public speaking, but about people also. We are learning a lot of little things, and trying to so in our using the words from my table topics, but in the subconscious it stays, and when you are planning for a role, few meetings down the lane, then probably it will come back to you and you will try to innovate. I also would like to take some time to appreciate the XCOM members who are trying, who are also being very creative, because it is hard to maintain the audience in the online meeting because everyone has work, everyone has colleges, everyone has other meetings, online meetings to attend to. So it is very difficult to capture, to bring all people together, to have a smooth conduct of a meeting, and we are able to do that every Wednesday. And I would like to appreciate Toastmaster Swarangi, Toastmaster Mansi, Toastmaster Indrajit, and all the XCOM members for stepping up and doing their jobs every day, so that we have a successful meeting where they learn a lot and other people learn a lot as well. So Toastmaster Swarangi, we can move on to the awards for today. If you can present the screen. The best speaker award goes to Toastmaster Maitrey Deshmukh. The best table topic speaker goes to Toastmaster Uma Natraj. And the best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Vishal and Toastmaster Swarangi. The best role player for today is shared by Toastmaster Siddhant and Toastmaster Yash. It is very rare in my experience to see our counter getting the best role player. Congratulations, Toastmaster Yash, for doing a phenomenal job. We all learned something from you today, and hopefully we'll try to implement in our roles as our counter as well. So just to add a point on what Toastmaster Siddhant was saying about finding passions. So the one important step I think is once you start a particular, once you are in the phase of exploring, initially for for some time it is good when you are learning the basics. Then the slightly difficult task or slightly difficult phase of the journey comes, and that is when the mind struggles to adapt itself to the skill, and many of the people give up then and there. So if we persist through that phase where the mind is actually battling, so it is like giving up on that passion, because we are deciding what we don't love in the initial phase. So I think that decision is better done once you are through that phase, and then it is probably good to decide that if you really like that thing or not. Because giving up on, so because the beautiful parts of any skill will always come, like through some after some time it won't come. Like now Sachin Tendulkar can play beautiful shots, but it that passion, that exploring new things have now come on a different level. So I think that is the difference, that you in the initial learning phase one should not quit. One should at least get into some details of the field before deciding whether the field is right for him to explore or not. So on that note, I think we will end today's meeting and see you soon next Wednesday, same time, 7 to 9 p.m. In Toastmasters Club of Pune West. Bye bye.